Kia ora ko tātou katoa. Here's today's COVID update for Thursday, March the 17th. So as of 8 a.m. this morning, we've reached a total of 604 COVID cases to date, with 174 recovered and released from isolation, and 430 cases still active, 427 in Rarotonga and 3 in Aitutaki. There were 69 new cases discovered yesterday, up slightly on the previous day's total of 59. We have still not had anyone yet require hospital treatment, and we have now had one case displaying what is defined as moderate symptoms, and this person is being fully supported by Te Marae Ora and other public services. We also have currently 14 active cases aged 70 or over, and these people's symptoms are also being closely monitored. To everyone else, please bear in mind that when you are interacting with any of our more vulnerable people over the coming weeks, please show them every consideration possible by helping them to avoid infection. Now, in addition to our 430 active cases currently in 7-day isolation, we also have 580 close contacts currently in 7-day quarantine. As I said earlier this week, we are still looking into how we might be able to alleviate the pressures caused by having this many close contacts required to stay home, despite continuing to test negative for COVID. This issue is particularly important with regards to our essential and frontline workers. But one point I would just like to emphasize for those who may be unaware: if you have been tested positive for COVID and you have completed your 7 days of isolation and are asymptomatic, then you are free to leave your home and return to work, even if someone else in your household tests positive and the rest of the house is required to quarantine. You are not. This is because once you have been infected by Omicron, you cannot get reinfected again or be infectious for at least 3 months and probably a lot longer, meaning that there is no danger in a person who has already been infected and recovered coming and going from places where others are in quarantine. So we are encouraging those who can to work from home to avoid COVID if it is in the workplace. TMO is also able to approve arrangements for some people so they will not have to quarantine when another member of their household is positive. This will be decided on a case-by-case basis, so please contact TMO if you think this is a solution that could work for you. Now, today, Executive Council met and has passed new regulations for our border entry regulations. These come into force as from tomorrow. Firstly, we have removed the need for a 10-day stay in New Zealand prior to coming to Rarotonga. This will be welcome news for our people living in Australia who want to come home. The current flight schedules mean that after landing in New Zealand, they can catch the next flight to Raro. Secondly, a negative RAT test within 24 hours of departure will now be accepted for entry into the Cook Islands. Thirdly, we have removed the entry restrictions on unvaccinated Cook Islanders and permanent residents to enter the Cook Islands. However, visitors and work permit holders will still be required to be vaccinated before entering the country. And it should be noted that the airlines will still have restrictions in place for vaccinated travellers only. And for those of our people planning to travel home from Australia in the near future, note that you will still be required to test in New Zealand, meaning you must exit the airport at Auckland, undertake a supervised RAT test before catching your connecting flight. We are also looking at what further changes will be necessary to facilitate travel to the Cook Islands once the New Zealand border opens to tourists from around the world. And lastly for today, it's been decided that the ministerial order restricting all forms of contact sport, passenger travel to the Pāinua, excluding Aitutaki, and gatherings over 50 people will now be extended for another 2 weeks from midnight tonight until 11:59 p.m. on Thursday, March the 31st. Now, some of our Pāinua islands understand that we cannot stay cut off forever. So they are working with TMO to put in place strict rules and RAT testing for those who do want to travel to the Pāinua in the coming days. So we can see exemptions for outer islands travel being more widely allowed. Well, we'll have more news for you tomorrow, but for now, stay safe and may God continue to bless us all. Kia ora ana tātou katoa e kia toa.